to consider would be, the Potato Fest. I'm not sure when that will take place for Jewel. And then July 4th, because we haven't done that, but it's up to you all. So, yeah, I don't know if you wanna take over.
Right,
this, Bryce.
yeah, on the funding sources, again, we do have some, and you'll see it in your budget. There's some money budgeted for community promotions for some of these events. And there's also funds budgeted for hotel occupancy tax. All in all, I believe it's $135,000, I believe, 125 or 135,000. This year, as the council knows, we did not do the July 4th, but we would like to, this future plan for it. And again, depending on if the council wants to move forward, for another event. Again, I know I've heard, well, we need to do something for July 4th, we need to do something for, another event, something honoring veterans, I've heard that. So that, in that respect, I don't know particularly, I know that there's been some discussions, but I would like to get some direction from the council, as far as any future events, and then, figuring out a way to fund it, I guess from a budget perspective, when we start talking budget and hotel tax, is, I know this year I think we budgeted, actually we spent, we're gonna spend $90,000 for the Hispanic Heritage Festival. So again, there's $100,000 budgeted for the hotel tax and some through community promotions. So I just need some direction from the council as far as any other events, the events we currently sponsor, and then we can talk about budget, whenever that, hotel occupancy tax and the budget itself comes to the council.
What I would like to do, for next year, cause we're already towards the end and we do have, festivals already planned, right? For this year, we have the Disney Stays, and then we have the Christmas and
Christmas. I'm not sure about Disney States, but
There's a Hispanic Heritage.
the
Hispanic
Hispanic
Heritage.
Heritage, that's the one with Motor Mouth.
We do Pioneer
Did
Days.
we change that?
We do Pioneer Days in May.
It's okay, we understood what you.
Okay, I think it has the same concept.
It used to be Cinco de Mayo.
Oh
That's the
my
one they
God.
used to do, yes.
Okay,
that's-
well, I think I used to do Focorico in junior high, so I'm very tired. So I was really upset that we didn't do anything for the 4th of July, because we didn't have anything planned, and it was short. It was announced shortly, we didn't prepare for it, and when we did, it was only a week's plan. We already had Dilly with the big event, we had Petula, and we wanna be partners with our surrounding communities, and we want all of us to be successful. And so I believe that we decided to go ahead and pull out because there was too many activities going on, and since we only had like a week to prepare for it, I understood why we did that in the money way, but we have to honor America. And if we can put that in next year's, where we budget for that if the council agrees to put that down to honor and celebrate America's freedom and everything, if we can write that down, it's up to the council. That's the only one I was thinking of.
So July 4th.
Council,
We do need to plan accordingly for that, because we got blasted a lot for that, about not having a 4th of July, so we really do need to plan accordingly for our events that we really have.
Council,
Yeah, as far as that 4th of July, we need it as a day event as well.
any, Councilman,
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
David,
I'm a proud American.
David,
We got
But
no show.
besides that, I think all this stuff that we're doing and everything, we take that out of the hotel motel tax, right?
Not everything, because some of it is not, heads to bed, so this is a Christmas event, we do that, and we take that out of community promotions, which is general fund. So we do that, we do the Christmas event, we do the backpack giveaway, what else am I missing? Toy giveaway, those are not heads to bed events, we do it.
Oh, but that's from the city.
Right, we do get donations from the public for some of that, but the city still takes on some of that, expense.
So let me ask you this. What is considered heads and beds?
2-day event.
I'm gonna flip a coin on that.
It's anybody that's gonna
Bobby,
rent.
overnight.
Bobby, council,
Rent a room.
what's considered as heads and beds? A late event or a 2-day event?
Well, typically, everybody does at least a 2-day event to argue that it's putting heads in beds.
So,
And it has to be a qualifying event, meaning, its purpose is to stimulate, encourage, promote tourism.
so can we possibly do a 2-day Christmas event?
You could do that, I mean, you could do that, well, whatever the council wants to do. with
I'm
that.
just saying because,
It's
I mean,
really cold.
because we
That would be
get,
welcome.
I don't,
we'll get away from the general fund. We'll go into the hotel, we'll dig into the hotel motel tax, which is money that we're limited on what we can use for.
yes, sir.
So why are we robbing from Paul to pay Peter over here?
And we don't have to raise taxes.
I think part of the challenge to me is, and, not that I don't agree with everything Bobby's saying, but I'm saying on that, if somebody's staying here for a fiesta or whatever till midnight, I'm saying they're gonna spend the night. Me.
So we're saying that it has to be a 2-day event, so make it till 12:30.
It's a one day, it's a.
30 minutes?
Whatever, I mean, it is something that we do have to, the two things with hotel tax, and I know we're talking about this is from an event standpoint, but we have been doing some, you've been doing through some projects, through brick and mortar projects, so it's not just all about events with hotel tax, it's about, okay, can we improve the complex, can we improve the civic center, can we, whatever, but that's part of what you'll see in the budget, but I just, from my standpoint, I just need to know events, planning, and then, you know, how we're going.
So,
Mr. Mayor, why a Christmas, oh, sorry, I was like, I'm gonna, do that. Why not the Potato Fest? Let me tell you why. I would think the Potato Fest, because if we bring back the Potato Fest, you're bringing back also that I would want to include is Ms. Pearsall to represent the city in all these parades where you see Battle Flowers, Flambeau, and San Antonio, when you see Jordanton, you see Pleasanton, you see this, that's all, yes, it is, right, but it's gonna bring exposure and it's gonna sell the product, it's gonna sell the city, okay? So that's how I see it, and that was a successful event. To plan accordingly and planning, I think you do a good job here. You know, that
I
would
did
be-
want to do something like
yeah,
that.
that would be something like that, because it's gonna boost up the morale within the community, that's the way I see it.
So why can't we incorporate that into the Hispanic heritage?
yeah. Yeah.
We had that when we had it in Christmas too, they had.
There's no black gold, we don't want to.
There's like corn or wheat out there right now.
I'll buy you some potatoes.
Black gold for sale.
Yeah, they love.
We got peanuts, peanuts festival. No water.
Okay, all right, council,
Okay,
so,
Mayor.
we have, go ahead, Councilwoman.
So if the council would, consider another festival, because we already have the Mexican, that festival, okay? And if we're gonna be looking at like the 4th of July, that I would like to put it where we don't have to bring it back. That 4th of July does stay on our calendar every year, so we could prepare for that. And we can put it back on our next agenda, get, a contract going, so we know that's already contracted out. And then, look into our hotel monies and do another, that's a lot of festivals.
Yeah, you have, that's why, I wanna make sure that we.
We could do it with Ms. Pearsall and Mr. Pearsall, we gotta do both.
So you have a June, I think will.
I have to find ways.
Yeah, it used to be in June. It used to be in June.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Mr. Pearsall, Ms. Pearsall, that we have to really focus on the Chamber of Commerce. I know Tiffany was Ms. Pearsall.
Pronouns,
Uh,
pronouns, you can't use yes, his, I'm sorry.
Okay, so, and we can push the chambers, so the chamber can incorporate that into the festivals, because once you get somebody that represents, as a Ms. Pearsall, they start from 5 years old to 18 years old, you have all different categories, they're good for a whole year, and they travel through the whole, we don't have to do another festival for it. Once we pick them, they represent Pearsall for the year, and then, you know, they do, it's just a lot of fun
So am
for
I hearing
that.
both events?
If I can-
Can you read out what Ms. Pearsall's about?
So, are you asking both events to be on the event calendar? Is that what you're saying?
So what we'll do is I'm gonna ask, let me see, Rachel, you made the motion, so I'm gonna ask you to amend your motion. And then, Sonia, you seconded it, so if you'll amend your motion to include, okay, okay. All right, we're gonna amend the motion to approve adding the Fourth of July celebration, and would you like to add a Potato Fest or a early summer
Yes,
festival? We'll just call it early summer festival.
Can I say something before we move
Or
forward?
yes, we're still in questions.
So, the only thing I say is, I mean, it's nice to have all these festivals, but I think one of the reasons why we have a great success with the Hispanic heritage, with not only because of the promoter, because he does a very great job, but I think it's because no one around is also doing that festival. So when you do 4th of July, Dilly's gonna go all out, Catula's gonna go all out, and everyone else is going all out. So do we want to really do another festival and compete with almost everyone else, or do we wanna create, like, do a small one or something, and then go and create like Potato Fest, or go somewhere else where no one else is having a festival, where we could draw a huge crowd?
Keep
You
in
know what I'm
mind,
saying?
We could do like a fireworks display and have that festival, you know what I mean? We don't have to go and.
so
compete.
those events for Pearsall.
And I think Councilwoman Rodriguez dovetailed off
I
of
don't
this.
wanna be a follower, I wanna be a leader.
Okay.
I want Pearsall to represent Fourth of July.
Okay, amen.
If they wanna come to our festival, they're more than welcome. I know our people don't wanna drive out of town. I'm not gonna put Pearsall on the back burner like we did this year, because the other time we were late, so I'm taking that, but I understand that. But I don't wanna push Pearsall back because they already have it set. We're doing this for the city of Pearsall, they're more than welcome to come. Anybody else wants to join us, we'll welcome them with open arms. But I think 4th of July, especially the times that we're going in through, now, we have to
Yeah.
celebrate it.
There's nothing for our kids to do
Yeah,
this summer.
yeah.
It's just, we have to celebrate
But
it.
these festivals, the key is the chamber, and we
gotta
Fred and I
push
have
the
been
chamber
talking
in.
about that, we're gonna get it up, and the desire is, they're gonna start taking some ownership in these festivals.
If we do 2 big festivals, and then we get the chamber involved, and what Mr. Trevino said with getting, back the whole Miss Pearsall, we can start new things. Floresville, I love it, it's a peanut festival, and they have Miss Floresville, Mr. Floresville. But we just gotta push that chamber back. The chamber will do a lot more things where we got other things to worry about, and we gotta put chamber back so they can prepare for this, and we can actually work on city
Right.
business.
We got.
All right, Rachel, so your amendment is to add the 4th of July to those things, and then you wanna just call it a summer festival?
Potato festival, whatever.
Whatever, okay, so that was, she amended her motion to include those 2. Do you agree with that amendment? So if you second it, okay, now we've got a motion and a second to add 4th of July and a summer festival to the ones we're already doing. Any other questions? Hearing
That's
none,
2
I'm gonna call for a
festivals
vote.
in the summer.
Mayor, that's, just so you're aware, it's April, May, June, July, August. There's 5 festivals, which is.
In a row.
5 events.
The only reason-
5 events.
Yes,
5 events.
and the reason I brought that up right now is that we're adding another festival. And I know we got some new people here, is that we only collect every quarter the hotel motel tax. And at that, are we delayed when we collect the monies?
But we collect in January, we collect them on time, I have to defer, but the collections.
Yeah, but just sometimes, if we're doing an audit with a hotel, could that be delayed?
It could, but in our end, we have reserves. I mean, so the budgets are based on projections. So you have reserves for.
Heritage, what
Okay, I'm calling for a vote. We've got our amended motion and our second. All in favor, please raise your hand.
What are we voting?
The amendment for the festival, for to add the 4th of July and the summer festival.
That's 5, that's
5 in a row.
5 in a row. That's.
Okay, that's the amendment.
That's 5 in a row.
Okay.
But Playbusters, what?
Yeah, the others aren't festivals.
They're not
Playbusters and Pioneer are city sponsored.
You might
We
sponsor-
just
sponsor
have
it.
to check on a reimbursement basis. We don't post them.
Potato festival.
I'm okay with it, I'm just saying, okay, so there would be 3 large festivals. We just gotta take into consideration, it costs $20,000 each festival that we do. I'll go ahead and vote for it, but I know that we'll have to consider dates and times.
I was
But-
gonna say that Potato Festival doesn't necessarily have to be in June, we're just saying that we want to add to our
Yes.
festival
Right.
in general, right? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna call again for a vote. Please raise your hand if you vote in favor. Yeah. Motion passed unanimously. All right, thank you. Moving
We'll
on.
do it during cooler months.
All right, so, going to item 8, E, discuss and consider the creation of a youth advisory commission for the city of Pearsall. This is an action item. I'm gonna call for a motion to approve. Motion by Councilwoman Garza, second by Councilwoman Hernandez. I'm gonna turn the floor over to Fred.
Yes, Mayor and Council, in your packet, starts on page 54. There's some information regarding what a youth is or a YAP. We wouldn't be the first city to do this. There's other cities that currently do this. And I won't go into all this, but I do want you to look at the second paragraph on page 54. I'll read it to you. It says some focus on community service, others concentrate, this is talking about these YACs, on peer involvement, and some operate as mini city councils that deliberate issues and make recommendations. All give youth a voice and a stake in their government, particularly local government. So the idea is to create a group, hopefully working with the school district, and the community in general, to see if we can help educate people, particularly youth, on local government. Have them understand what you guys do on a regular basis and what, operations are. Again, not just here, but I'm talking county level, school district level, and then just give them some input as to what, what they see and vision moving forward. So again, we're not the only community that does this, and part of what we talk about, well, how are we gonna fund this? It's not very much money, $5,000 to $10,000. One of the recommendations that I would make to the council is we are getting some unexpected revenue, which was the Chick-fil-A contributions. I think we get $250 every 2 weeks. And then we also have been donating through scholarship through the Hispanic Heritage. We get donated to the school district. So if we were going to fund something like this, again, the budget amount would be between $5,000 and $10,000. We use those proceeds to fund a program. I think they go to a conference. I would ask if we do something like this, that some of the council members, particularly all the ones that are involved in education, if they could help spearhead help with this effort. I mean, I'll be there to do what I can to help, but I would ask for that assistance. So, I don't know if there's
Councilwoman Garza.
So this is kind of like having ambassadors just to go and, right?
Yeah, do you guys remember like Boy State, where boys and girls used to go up and learn about government? I think it's a little city model where we we bring up the next city councilman,
Yeah.
where you, yes, Councilwoman.
Mayor, I wanna just make a comment on this. I don't think it really should have much discussion. I was part of the National Hispanic, League in high school, and Pearsall offered it. I don't know if they're offering it anymore, and what they did, they would go to New Mexico, and you would do this. And you would go to the state legislative, and you learned all of it, but that was an organization that you would apply for in high school. I did it 4 years in a row, and I loved it, and now I'm here. So I think this is a good opportunity for kids to get involved in our local government, because they are our future. That's the way this world works. These little kids, we're raising them to be our leaders, and one day they'll be sitting here, and I think this is a wonderful idea. So,
I have a question. So it's not only about like them understanding how the government bodies work, there's also other things that we could do.
Again,
That's what I like.
probably can dovetail into a
Right.
lot of things, but
Right.
civic government, if we could
It's like
accomplish
all of
that,
the-
that is
Right.
huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
you did it.
So would we hire somebody to run this, or who's gonna oversee
Bianca's
this?
gonna oversee.
Bianca will. Oh, okay.
And he did ask for you educators to
sure, but I just wanna make
participate.
sure.
Um,
Well, the point is, we have,
I think
Sponsor.
part of it, we're not gonna hire a person to do this, but we are saying on that, we can create the rules, the bylaws, if you will, for this, and whatever things that you wanna promote as far as community service, and just overall education. I think, in my opinion, the kids, whether here or anywhere else, they just need to have some understanding of
Good,
what
good.
all this means.
Good cause, guys. Let's go and take it to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed unanimously. Okay, folks, at this time, it is 8:22. We are now going into executive session. I'm gonna ask you guys to leave your cell phones here. We've got, some things to discuss at this time. All right, we're now in executive session. Got a question?
Oh, no,